Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Maya, and in today's video, we're going to have a sit down, real talk chat about a question I get asked a lot. That being, Maya, what do women really find attractive within men? Because I hear one thing, but it doesn't really seem to get me anywhere. Or, there's so many different opinions, especially living in the day and age of technology where you can look a video like this up and someone's going to tell you different person to person. And I want to be on your guys' teams and get you guys into the most attractive position in your life. And not only will this have an impact on how women perceive you, but most importantly, how you feel within yourself, especially being a man, and the purpose that has associated with it. Masculinity is powerful, and this is where we are going to start. If you are not comfortable within what it means to be a man, and you can define masculinity however you feel like is going to serve you in your life, but when I think about masculinity and how it pertains to a man, I really do believe it's attractive for a man to have leadership qualities, able to take charge, take lead, and go into the direction that is actually serving his life through his actions. And when a woman sees this, she's going to want to follow your lead because of the decisions you have had to make on your own to get you to where you are now. And maybe you're like, Maya, I actually don't really have a lot to show for my decisions because either I'm in debt, I don't know what I'm doing with my life, I don't pick great women, the list can go on. Well, then that's where you want to start when it comes to being an attractive force on this earth, is you have all of the qualities. Let's say all of these women say leadership, strength, honor, integrity, virtue. These are just a couple that come to mind when I think of a masculine man. And if you are like, I don't really resonate with any of those, or I feel like I want to, but it's hard for me because I don't know what I'm doing here. Maybe that's where you need to start when it comes to really knowing what it means to be attractive within who you are, because every single person is different. But having the quality of leadership right now being activated in your life can lead you to different decisions that can bring forth women finding you attractive because you're putting your effort into something other than just getting a woman's approval or validation. I think it's really sexy to see a man work out, take care of himself, show up even on the days that he doesn't feel like it, and gets the job done. The second thing I think is really attractive when it comes to a man being a man is someone who can stay committed to their word. When they say they're going to do something, they follow through with action. Talk is really cheap, and I think for a lot of women can really fall for guys who talk the talk, but when it comes to walking the walk, they get disappointed, they get let down, and sometimes they get very turned off when a man appears to be one way, but in reality, he's the complete opposite. So making sure you're starting with the commitments you make to yourself, then. When you say you're going to get up in the morning at 7 a.m. and go to the gym, are you actually going to do that? Or are you just saying that to make yourself feel better in the short term? Having a game plan and getting excited for it is one thing, but actually doing it is a completely other arena. And showing up for uncomfortable things, especially living in a world of comfortability, is going to set you apart from the rest. For a man to understand that there's a deeper meaning within your challenges, your struggles, or whatever it is you're going through, and you don't let that take you down. You don't submit to your circumstances. You come up, you rise victorious because you have the drive to do so, which leads me into my third. You are in the driver's seat of your life. No one else dictates the quality of life unless you allow them to. So what in your life right now are you accepting, allowing, and how can you take ownership? And how can you take accountability and ownership for these things? Even if it's not necessarily your fault all the times, you guys. One of the most incredible things I've ever done in my life is take accountability for my life decisions, for even the people I've allowed into my life, and all the struggles that are a part of this human experience. I found when I get to take accountability for these things, I get to access my freedom. And within freedom comes competence. And competence is also a very attractive part of a man being comfortable in his own skin, not trying to be anyone else he's not. Having the courage to be authentic in a world that wants to put people in these little cookie cutters, all the same, is a way to drain your energy, drain your resources, and walk this earth fragile, because at any given second, someone could be putting onto you a judgment that may not even resonate with you, but you accept. Because your self-identity as a man is not strong. Your belief in yourself is not strong. And a man who actually gets to activate the internal power that comes from his masculine force, that is a man that a woman can honor. That is a man a woman sees across the street and doesn't really know why she's attracted to him, but there's something about him that sparks curiosity, sparks interest, because you're not walking down the street on your phone, scrolling. When you're out on a walk in the park, you're present, you're engaged, you're in control, you're in the driver's seat. And a woman wants that within a man, because not only does that allow her to activate her femininity, being able to relax in your presence rather than fighting against you or second guessing your leadership, because maybe you second guess yourself a lot. So start activating the very principle of what it means to be a man in your life. Sure, follow my advice when it comes to what women find attractive. And guys, this is just my perspective. Every single person is different, but I do believe women at some point in their life want a mature man who gets to take responsibility for who he is, his life circumstances. And there's such a great reward for that, because whatever you make out of your life has everything to do with you, your effort, your belief, your self-recognition, your self-awareness that cracked you open and allowed you to be reborn in whatever way you decide. You decide the life you want to live. You decide if you're attractive or not. Not the women that come into your life, not the people that swipe left or right on Tinder or leave comments under your Instagram photos. Because if you rely on external validation, you will always be a slave for another person's attention, which can run you dry and fuel insecurity, fuel you into the ground. And I believe that when you get to activate all of these things that I've mentioned, which is funny because a lot of the things I said have nothing to do with your physical appearance. Once you're living from a place of full embodiment of who you are, you're naturally going to follow through with actions that take care of yourself, which is going to the gym, eating clean foods, listening to powerful knowledge that can actually assist you and motivate you through this life. It's a direct reflection of what these actions, habits in your life do in the internal as well as the external. It will play a part on your physical attraction, because when you actually care about yourself enough, you're going to want to do these things because the toxic garbage that is out there no longer resonates to you. So it will even become like a poison you're putting into your body. Or if you don't work out, you feel like there's something lacking because you want to use that masculine energy to make you into the most incredible man you are. So I really hope today's video could celebrate you within that, assist you within that, and have this really real conversation here in the car where we get to connect one-on-one and I get to tell you the facts that I really do hope can inspire you to make the right decisions in your life, whatever that looks like for you. Listen to your own advice, because I know there's a part of you right now that is calling you into your greatness. So activate it after today's video. And a great way to activate it is actually by giving this video a like, hitting the subscribe button, and commenting down below one thing that you will set your mind to that you will accomplish. So I hope you guys liked today's video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.